ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Masters Championship. And we are starting the second half of the season here in Belgium with Division 1 here for the Belgium Grand Prix at Spa-Francorchamps. My name is Racing P1, and helping me to talk you through all the action is the one and only Dan Morris. Hello, mate.
Hello Timo, hello everyone, good to be back. And after last week's race, let's hope we get another exciting one, especially around Spa, because you know it's a very, very good track, especially for overtaking. So let's hope and see how we get on.
Yeah, indeed, could be a really interesting one. Also with a full crit tonight, it should be interesting to see. One reserve tonight, which is Captain Jobs in the Ferrari, reserving for Combi Kermi. As the times start to fly in, as you can see, Dan, as well, it's starting to rain in this quali session.
Oh, it is indeed, Timo. That's probably why some of the guys are getting out very early. But like, as you look as well, there, Perpetual Mobile and Captain Chubbs both going for the mediums. So they're trying to go for an alternate strategy. But that's what say that Joe completely lost it before the, I believe it was Blanchimont. So he looks like he's not going to get a lap and probably will start last as medium pilot. At the minute does go pole, and can't really see much time going quicker than this, Timo, can you?
Absolutely not, especially if the track conditions get worse during that session now, as Darren also has retired already in 16th place and did manage to put a lap time in, unfortunately. Yeah, it's touch and go now, I think. The first drivers who have set already a lap time are the lucky ones, and now the others have to deal with some more tricky track conditions now then to get a good track position here.
Yeah, that is indeed. Like, you have some front runners like CR7 and Dark Bolt and even Perpetual Mobile, like they're not going to be able to improve on the times that have been set. But one person we should look out for, Timo, is LTU Tom. He is a new driver, and P7 on his debut so far. Yes, he's only 4/10 off, so looks like he's shown he has pace to be in Division 1. Yeah,
that's absolutely true. I can't wait to see what he can do in Division 1 tonight. Debutant for Division 1, and it should be a good race. He already has a track position, so let's see what he can do doing race rhythm and tire strategy and so on. Yeah, talking about tire strategy, it's an easy one stop. You don't really need the hards. It's an easy one stop to mediums or softs. Oh, as you can see, Alonso nearly put it into the wall of turn 16, I believe it is. Really, really close there. Yeah, as I said,
he was very lucky.
Very lucky. As I said, yeah, easy start on mediums or softs. Now on softs on these conditions, and then easy one stop to the mediums. Also the top 10 starting on mediums and finishing the race on softs. As Alonso only puts in a 47.0, so the track is getting worse.
Yeah, it looks like it's getting a lot worse. But Timo, have you not noticed the top 4 in qualifying are the top 4 in the championship? And these are all the guys in the title fight, and they're all 1, 2, 3 and 4 on track as well.
That's absolutely it. And that's a good sign to talk you through the standings as well, as we have it right here. As Kelsber's leading the way in the Haas on 148 points after 3 wins in a row, the last 3 races. So he's absolutely the man on form and also the man to beat in the second half of the season. Then we have the team on form, the 2 Renault boys, Scuba and Matt. They have 2 consecutive podiums as well, both drivers, so really good to see. They are in second on 132 and third respectively on 116 points. Then there's Medium Pilot in fourth on 103, and already a little bit of a gap to Darren in fifth on 70 points, who is already out of this session. Then we have Perpetuum in 6th place on 68. Kevin is in 7th on 64. Dark Ball is in 8th on 51. F3 Fish is in 9th on 37. And Port is running off the top 10 on 33. In the drop zone at the moment, there's apparently the new guy, Tom, still on 0 points. Or Hero Chokin, who is on minus 4 points due to a no-show, unfortunately. And Wesker, who recently joined Division 1, going up from Division 2. In the Constructors, we have Renault leading the way on 248. Haas is in second on 199, so they're still there. Nothing's over just yet. McLaren is in third on 113. Mercedes is in fourth on 82. Williams is in fifth on 78. And Racing Point in sixth on 74. Yeah, the title fight is going on in the second half of the season, Dan. Carlsberg's leading the way, the man in form, as I just mentioned. And do you think it's his wrapped up already, if he's performing like this?
He's done very, very well the past couple of races, I will give him that, but I can tell you now, medium pilot, Scuba and Matt will all be there to the very end. Like, them two are not going, they're all not going to go down without a fight, and Carlsberg's going to find it very hard if he does want to win the championship, but you never know. He's probably on paper the quickest at the minute in this division, but in terms of race pace wise, I don't know if he is the quickest. Like in qualifying he is, but in race pace I don't know. But Scuba and Matt we know are very consistent, don't really get much penalties, so you never know. Them two will be in it to the very end, so it'll be a hard one to call. I think I'll go down to Abu Dhabi at least.
Yeah, good shout. So if Scuba can find a bit of pace for the race win, and Matt maybe to play the team game, because these guys are up in the championship there with Renault. Let's see if they can put a fight towards Carlsberg. And also medium pilot is not out of the question just yet, who's on provisional pole at the moment, really close there at the top, between the top three. So that's covered by 54 thousandths of a second, really, really close. And yeah, as we just mentioned, I think any further improvements now then are not possible in these conditions.
Yeah, definitely not. As was just seeing Captain Chubbs just completely overcooking the bus stop chicane. But he is going to settle up, and it looks like it's going to be a 151, is it? It's a 151-1, which was on P17. See, these guys at the back still need to put a lap on the board anyway. I don't know why they're doing it, but we'll still have Afri out on track as well. And I do believe it's only him and Captain Chubbs, so everybody else should really retire very shortly.
Also, Wesker, I think he's given it another try in P10. So good quality again by Wesker, who had a great debut last week in Hungary. P7. Also Cesar, the other debutant last week, great P6. So we had a good few drives last week then. And tonight with 20 drivers, especially here in Belgium, the iconic Spa-Francorchamps. Also good overtaking possible. It should be another really good race.
Yeah, it should be, especially with, well, we could say as a kind of a mixed up grid, because Kevin and Purple James should really be up at the front, so should Darn. So there's a couple of the fast guys at the back, so it's going to be interesting to see how they find their way through the midfield, but we are getting a good few guys retiring now as Wesker nearly put the car in the pit wall.
Just saw that.
But Hero Jokin's out on track. He's 3 seconds slower than his best time, so everybody should be pitting very short. I don't know why Dark Bolt's gone out on track. It's a bit crazy if you ask me.
Yeah.
But Scuba's still waiting on Afri, Scuba, Alonso, Hero Jokin and Dark Bolt all to retire. And then we can get an early race and hopefully get an early night tonight.
Yeah. Early end to this quali session, I suppose. As it's nearly intermediate conditions now. Can clearly see it as Alonso retires from the session. Where's Alonso on the grid? He's 14th. And Dark Bolt gives another try on the mediums, so yeah, not really the chance to improve if you ask me.
Nah.
So the guys who have checked the weather forecast and exited the pits immediately, they've done everything right. The likes of medium pilot, Scuba, Carlsberg, and Porty. Good look at this, also in the top 5, and he benefited from that little crazy weather forecast here. Afterfish retires as well, just waiting for Scuba and Dark Bolt actually, as Dark Bolt comes to La Source, the first corner, absolutely overcooks it. You can see no traction on the exit. Slide wiggle again. And now Eau Rouge and Rodeo. Yeah, he can hold the car, but yeah, now you can see DRS is disabled as well. Dark Bolt should be like 3-4 seconds slower. If there's a delta. No, that's not delta because he didn't set a lap yet. But yeah, it's just fruitless driving at the moment. Yeah, Spa, the longest track on the calendar. As you can see, Dark Bolt absolutely smashes it into the wall. Longest track on the racing calendar, 7 kilometers per lap. So that's why we have only, in inverted commas, 22 laps, but that will be very long 22 laps here in this race. 19 corners to negotiate successfully, and yeah, a lot of great driving, racing possible here. Also big elevation change, that's also the feature of this track. And yeah, Dan, would you like to talk us through the final quali result, as it ended early?
Oh, well, indeed, Timo, but Medium Pilot does take pole with a 43.4, closely followed by Scuba and Casper in second and third, Matt not too far behind in fourth, Paddy with a very good qualifying in fifth, Afri as well, also good qualifying in sixth, Tom, the debutant, seventh, Kiersey Kev eighth, Chaz in ninth, and Wesker in P10. Then you have Kieran Trapp and Kevin 11 and 12th, and I couldn't get through the rest of them.
We'll see it in a second again. Now let's see the weather forecast for the race. Should be interesting as well, as it's bone dry at the start. Yeah, Dan, Spa, what about your first experiences here? Also when it comes to our Division 2 race tomorrow night. Do you like it to race there?
It's an okay track. I do find that a low downforce setup is probably the best for here because you do need it for the straights. But yeah, it's a good flowing track. A couple of tricky corners. Curbs are not particularly the best, although some people do like them. But yeah, for me particularly, it's not one of my favorite tracks, but it's not one of the worst. But what about yourself, Timo? How do you feel about it?
You've mentioned the curbs, and I can absolutely agree 100%. The curbs are really aggressive through here, especially Puar, the very fast left-hander of turn 10 and 11. Yeah, it can be tricky around here to get a good lap together because there are many spots to make a mistake and lose a lot of time. As I said, 7 kilometers to negotiate here around this track. Also easy to invalidate through radio, or even if you run right through Puar. So it's not really easy to race here, but it's a challenging track. That's what I like. The layout is fantastic, really iconic. Pure tradition as well, and yeah, it's not a track where I'm the fastest, but I definitely enjoy to race there.
Yeah, it's been good to me over the years. As I've said, it isn't one of my best tracks, but it's always seemed to perform very well. So hopefully, fingers crossed, it's the same for tomorrow. But
yeah,
can't doubt it very much. But we'll see. We'll see.
We'll see what happens. Maybe I have another shocker. Let's wait for that when Graham puts the action towards you guys and girls as we go through the current grid again, while the Medium Pilot is leading the way on this outlet. So Medium Pilot on pole then with Scuba and Kelsper splitting to Renault boys. Matt behind, Porty with a great quali in P5. Then Afri and Kerosene Kev, so the two alphas in the top 10 as well. Good effort for them. Then Tom in P7, Kerosene Kev in 8th, Chazai in 9th, Wesker rounding off the top 10 with Kieran Trapp, the first man with a free tire selection on the mediums, and we have Kevin on the mediums as well. Perpetuum in 13th is deciding to go on the hards, the early driver to do that, so let's ask Dan in the second what he thinks about that. Alonso in 14th in mediums, Milan Ryan in 15th on the softs, and we have all the way down to 20th place to Corby. We have medium runners with Hero Chokin, Captain Jobs, the reserve tonight, Dark Bolt, Darren, and Corby. Yeah, Perpetuum, the only driver on the hard stand. What do you think? Can that play off for him?
It can play off, but it'll be very, very slow at the very start of the race. Like, the hards can definitely go the full distance, so like a no stop, if it was allowed in F1, would definitely be possible on the hards, but unfortunately Perpetuum will have to pit. Don't know why he doesn't think he can't get to the why he can't do mediums to soft, because it's very easy to do, but we'll find out and see. But I think the first couple of laps he will struggle, but it might come back them midway through the race, so you just never know. As long as he stays close to the cars ahead, he should be okay.
Especially if there's a late safety car.
Yeah,
that helped a lot of people as well in the past. And a quick prediction now, Dan. Previous race winner in Spa was Scuba, and I'm going with Scuba again. What about you?
I'm going to go for... I was going to say Scuba, but because you said Scuba, I'm going to go Matt Tybus.
Alright. And like last week, you want to take the start again, or...?
I don't mind, Team. If you want to take it, feel free.
Oh, you can take it if you want. It's all good.
I'll take it. That's okay. I'll take it, no problem.
As Corby has found his grid spot, and we are going in a second with Dan Morris taking a start.
Here we go. Actually, a decent camera angle as well of turn 1. But we have 5 lights for this Belgian Grand Prix, and we are off Medium Pilot with a very good start. But Scuba also got an absolutely fantastic start, and he is going to try to go around the outside in turn 1. But is he going to make it? Medium Pilot tries to squeeze him a wee bit, but no, Medium Pilot and Scuba, they all... Oh, but there's a bit of wing flying in the background, don't know who that is. Seems like Kirsten Kev has lost a bit of his wing, but up through a Rouge team, this is going to be very...
Oh, there's Miller Ryan and Perpetual side by side.
Oh, Tom!
Oh, big collision! Oh, there is one! Look at this! Big carnage! Big carnage after radio! Jesus Christ! Perpetual Mobile smashed into the field again, coming back on track. And it took out Afri as well. Captain Chubbs, Corby, I'm not sure about him. But there's more carnage, look at this. There's also Darren, he has absolutely no wing. Dark Bolt has no wing. And that start there in the midfield has gone absolutely wrong. Jesus, no.
From P14 to P19, not one of them have a front wing. What the hell has happened here? Jesus Christ.
And the owners of Team Z are not happy.
As I said, be very careful for not medium pilot, for Perpetual Mobile on them hards, but by Jesus Christ, if there's going to be a lot of reports about that, and if I find out the Perpetual Mobile has cost that, taking 5 drivers out, that could be a race ban for Monza, if I find them very guilty. But,
Jesus.
Yeah, there is a couple, but to be fair, some of the drivers still have a bit of a wing, but it's not really particularly great, as I do believe that was, like, Dark, was it Dark? But no, it was Torrance Sinclair around wide, so all them guys will pit very short.
Kieran lost it as well, the exit of turn 15. Oh, look at this, absolutely mayhem at the back here.
Yeah, Kieran Trapp's also lost his wing as well, so that's not a good start for him either. But look at that, Scuba takes the lead.
He takes the lead.
As we completely missed that. Medium Pilot all the way down to 4th. What happened, Medium Pilot?
Lost 3 spots. I also checked the midfield then. I really couldn't have a look. Maybe he had advantage to that great slipstream there on the Camel Straight, which is really powerful at this track. But yeah, to the top 10. The top 10 is still really close. Look at this, half the field in the pits. And
half
these
the field is in the pits.
And
I would be very surprised if they all don't go for the hards. Yeah, they're all going to go for the hards. That'll be them to the end of the race, but by God, what the hell has happened?
What happened there? Absolutely big crash. Yeah, you can compare that crash to Austria as well. That was, but that crash was even heavier, if you ask me.
Yeah, but it's going to be an interesting one now, Timo, because Scuba and Kelsper both 1 and 2 in the championship. Let's see now what Kelsper's really made of now, because Scuba is a very quick driver, so we'll see if Kelsper can stick with them, and if even better, overtake him. Because if he does, this could be 4 in a row or 5 in a row now for Kelsper, and that's not what the guys around him will want.
Yeah, and also in my opinion, if Kelsper wants to win the championship, he has to beat Scuba. I think Scuba, his nearest rival, is the man to beat as well for Kelsper to secure that championship of Team Z this season. But as we speak about him, he's really close to Scuba now. Only half a second, and as the DRS gets activated next lap, he has a good chance to make a move up the Camel Straight then, into Le Combe.
Yeah, he does indeed. That's probably the most favoured overtaking spot. But we will see now. He needs to be roughly around about 3, maybe 4 tenths behind as Wesker overtakes Chalfan.
Party pits as well. He has wing damage as well, I think.
But Kelsper sets the fastest lap of the race. And what's going to be very important for Scuba is if Matt can close up to Kelsper, because the longer Matt keeps Kelsper at bay, the better have Scuba. Scuba's lost the back end a bit coming up for Rouge, and this might help Kelsper now. Scuba's in hot lap mode, Kelsper's only in high, but you can see how effective the DRS is down the straight. He's coming down the Camel Straight. He's going to make them move, they're side by side.
Can't quite make it. Stick. Miller Ryan, he's going up the inside of Wesker, so Miller Ryan, great start up to 6th place. So a lot of guys benefited from that carnage at the start. Look at Corby as well, into the top 10, started from P20 and yeah, what happened?
Who's that? Who's that? Someone lost it, I don't know who it was. I think it was Kirsten Kev. It was Kirsten Kev, yeah, Kirsten Kev just lost a bit of his front wing. Lost the back end.
The right hand side.
But also, Timo, what's happened? Kelsberg is Matt's all over the back of him now. Oh, gonna be inside! Oh, it wasn't Timo, it was Kelsberg that actually broke his front wing.
It was Kelsberg who broke his front wing, the championship leader in big trouble here. I didn't see because I was watching Milan going up the inside of Wesker, making a move for P6, and then I completely missed what happened with Kelsberg.
He came out of the corner just after the chicane after the Kendall straight and just lost the back end and completely put it into the wall.
Oh, look at this. And behind that's also Chesa and Milan Ryan going really close to Broshimore into the bus stop chicane. Also good spot to make a move, but he stays behind as now, yeah, Karlsberg is in the pits. And not good news for the championship leader.
It's not good news, but he might be able to get a set of mediums to the end. I'm not sure. So he might be okay. I don't know. Is he going to go for medium? No, he's going to go for the hards.
For hards. Tire wear is not an issue around here, but I think he can easily do the hards till the end.
Yeah, could do. But now, here it is now. The battle everybody's been looking for. Yes, they're teammates, but it is Matt Tybus and Scuba. Let's see what these two can do, because we know they're teammates and they haven't really been much rivals for TMC the whole time they've been here. So we'll see how they get on now.
And what a start for Milan Ryan so far as he goes for a move. He tries it to Le Combe, but Chesa blocks him off for the inside line. He can't go around the outside. As Chesa, great race again in this McLaren sandwich. Great fight for the last podium spot here.
Sector 3 here with Jokins off. Round wide at Blanchimont, and I think he's going to go into the pits. It's an absolute very illegal pit entry, just completely straight across the grass.
Nightmare again for Euro Jokin. And he retired from the session. Yeah, he was also involved in that absolute crazy demolition derby. Jesus Christ.
It was just unfortunate what happened. But we will probably see a report about it after the race. So.
Yeah, can imagine as well. And yeah, we have said some positive things last week about the race out of Division 1, and now look, 1 week later, everything has come completely wrong again.
I know. But at the minute Milan Ryan is all over the back of Charles. Is he going to go around the outside? No, he's not. He's going to wait till he gets to the bus stop chicane. Is he going to try around the outside of there? Because Shaza has blocked the inside. But no, he's just going to stick behind.
Might have a compromised run through the bus stop chicane. Better exit from Milan Ryan possibly with the DRS into Le Source. Or, for better strategy, he waits for the camel straight. He stays behind. Doesn't go for a move into Le Source. As Darren is out of the race.
He's been it just before the last sector, which is unfortunate. It's darn out as well. So that's another front runner gone. But what about Milan Ryan now? Is he all over the back of Chelsea? He is.
And look at the rest of the grid. It's just spread out. Sorry, Dan.
Yeah, it's an easy move there for Milan Ryan, and now he's going to chase down his teammate, Medium Pilot.
So
Milan Ryan's not doing too bad.
It's doing really good. Really good chance for a podium tonight. Two runner boys leading the way and followed by the two McLaren boys.
This is the sort of result McLaren have needed. They've been struggling the past couple of races, but now third and fourth. They need this result to keep them roughly fighting for second place in the constructors, because I think first place is completely finished.
Yeah.
Because
pretty much
near enough the way it's going here now, Timo. Matt and Scuba could have this wrapped up in the next 2 races.
Yeah, if they perform like this, then I have no doubt as well.
But Wesker's now right behind Chaz as well. So is Chaz's tire starting to drop off a wee bit, or does he get a bit of wing damage? I'm not sure. As Dark Bolt gets a penalty, I don't know how you can do it around Spa, but
outside of Poor, I think there could be an instant penalty, and also up the top of Radio, if you cut that across a little bit, going onto the Camel Straight. It's also a bit tricky.
Oh, who was that? That was Kirsten Kev. Oh, broken front wing as Dark Bolt has.
He retired. Let's see what happens.
Same corner where Darns.
Oh yeah, look at this. That's also a really tricky corner. Exit off turn. Let me check. That is turn 13. A really tricky curve as well if you run too wide. Yeah, and the rest of the grid then, as you can see, after all those pit stops, it's already spread out in lap 6 of 22 and not really much going on apart from Wesker now closing up to Chesa. Scuba has everything under control at the moment, ahead of his teammate, 2-second advantage. And yeah, the two runner boys are just enjoying that at the moment. With the two McLaren boys behind. And Wesker again, great race in Division 1 so far. Avoided all the carnage, and that's what we have to do to score points here in this division.
It is indeed. It doesn't matter about how quick you are, as long as you're clean and consistent. That's all that matters. But Corby as well started roughly, basically last up on the P8.
Yeah.
On the mediums. He's not doing too bad either.
Really, really good, yeah. Let's see how far is he back from the leader. 16.3 seconds. Pit stop is roughly about 21, 22 seconds.
Yeah,
so
he'd be 6 seconds ahead of the leader probably.
Yeah, speaking about Wesker then, he's currently in the relegation zone of Division 1. Do you think he has what it takes to stay in Division 1 in the end of the season?
Yeah, if he gets a P6 this evening, he's pretty much safe. I don't think he'll relegate if he scores P6 this evening. I think he'll be fine.
Now also in the DRS window of Jezza for Crate P5 tonight. Darkball also leaves. That's 4 retirements, unfortunately. Also Alonso with a penalty.
We have Scuba just absolutely cruising up front.
He's loving this. Oh, Perpetuum! He's out as well. Sector 2, Sector 3. Might be the same corner again then. 3 times in a row. That turn 13.
I think it is, because we can't see it here because there's no car actually behind them. But
yeah.
The last runner at the minute is Kieran Trapp, and to be honest, Timo, the way it's going, he could near enough score a point at this stage. Because Alfred Fisher's going to have to pit again, and so is F1 Alonso, because they're not going to get the softs at the end. So that's 2 positions they're going to gain. So, you never know.
You never know, especially in that game with a safety car. But yeah, you can see 5 retirements already and no single safety car at all. It's just the inconsistency with the game in terms of a safety car. As Team Wesker tries his best to keep up there with Jezza, but it seems like they are equally matched at the moment, so Wesker can't really do anything on the long back straight. But Jezza manages that pretty well, as Milan now catches up towards his teammate, Medium Pilot, so we could see a great fight between teammates as well, as we shortly come to, as I said, an undercut range of a pit stop, and Scuba does so, as is Jezza, to go for the mediums earlier than the others and have a clean lap, clean out lap, and have an advantage when the other guys pit. So let's see where these guys come out. Will be interesting to see.
Yeah, it will be like Calsper's only come up to the bus stop chicane now, so Scuba's going to be well gone then.
Yeah, clean air. That's what you need for a good out lap. Calsper's come around the first corner now, and he's well ahead of Calsper as well.
And Chazzel's even got ahead of him as well. That just shows you how much Calsper's actually lost. But now it's going to be interesting because Scuba's right behind Joe Corby, and I don't think Joe Corby will fight this too much. Nah, he doesn't. He just goes over and lets him go.
Good racing by Joe Corby.
But it gives Scuba a bit of a toe down the straight, so it'll help him in terms of performing the undercut if he wanted to, Matt, even though he doesn't need it because he was already 2.5 seconds later.
Got a gap.
What's going to be interesting now is Matt going to go long and come back at the end, or is he going to pit this lap?
Will be interesting to see. The gap to Scuba is 15.6 seconds. And if he pits now, he will be well behind his teammate. Let's see, Matt. He's coming to the last sector now. Maybe just to cover his teammate to avoid any time loss. I think he responds to his teammate now.
Well, seeing it's going to be interesting now, the 2 McLaren boys as well, because they're both right beside each other. But is Matt going to pit?
He's going to pit.
He's going to cover his teammate, and Medium Pilot pits as well, so Milan Rand's going to have to stay out 1 more lap.
Wesker pits as well in the end of lap 8. There's Kevin, he goes on, of course, on the mediums. And there's Scuba, coming through the bus stop chicane now. Where's his teammate? He got a bit hold there by Medium Pilot in the pits, so lost a bit of time while exiting his pit crew. And yeah, there's Scuba gone already.
What is the gap though? At the minute it looks like Timo, the gap's only 2.5 seconds, but that looks like it's literally the exact same. So it looks like Scuba hasn't really performed the undercut too much, or hasn't really gained time from pitting early.
Yeah.
But at this stage, it's going to give Matt a bit of a helping hand down this straight. I think Joe Kobe's going to get a cut. It is, so it's going to let Matt gain a few tenths now this lap. So we'll see what he can do. If you look at the ERS deployment as well, Scuba has a lot more ERS than Matt does.
Yeah, I think he was just harvesting to save energy when it comes to the hard part of the race if he has to fight. I think he doesn't really have to fight his teammate.
Yeah, he doesn't really, but it's 2.2 seconds now, Timo, so we'll just see if Matt... if Matt really wants to win a race this season, it's going to have to be now, because this is probably going to be his best chance since he's up against his teammate. But we'll see. It's been a very, very good start. This has been a very good track for Scuba over the past couple of seasons, so all has performed very well around here, so it's going to take something serious to actually beat him.
Indeed, indeed. If Matt wants to win a race, he has to beat his teammate for once. As Wheeler now comes into the pits, the last driver of the soft runner, sorry. Let's see where they come out. There, his teammate, Medium Pilot. He's in a bit of traffic behind Joe Corby. That could help Milan Ryan there. As Milan Ryan now is in the fast lane. Could be really close there against Joe Corby and Medium Pilot. Is it?
Did I get him actually? He's got him?
Yeah, he's got him. It's really close. It's side by side between the two McLaren boys then.
Oh, this is going to end tears.
Oh, who has to back out of it? And it's Medium Pilot. Oh, that was really well driven by F1 Ryan. Great in-lap there before his pit stop. And now right behind Joe Corby for P4. And that's net P3 actually, as Kevin is yet to pit. So what a race by the McLaren driver Milan Ryan. Fantastic stuff.
It'll be interesting to see what Kevin can do as well on the soft tires. It'll be interesting to see how much quicker they actually are at the end of the race.
There's Wesker and Chesa going side by side into the second sector. Good racing between these two.
And you have Kalsper right behind that as well on the hards.
Oh, Wesker's looking really, really racy at the moment. He wants to get past that Williams ASAP.
Wesker's doing very good at the minute, but the gap between Scuba and Matt still staying 2.3. Well, Scuba's now built his ERS deployment back up to 70%, while Matt's still only at 40, so still that 30% difference. And yeah, it's getting pretty much spread out with Medium Pilot's right behind Joe Corby and still can't really do anything about it.
Yeah, as his teammates start to disappear into the distance, you know.
I think Medium's going to go for it now.
Yeah, Joe lets him go. I think doesn't really put up a fight. Yeah, and then tonight it's yellow and orange then, the dominant colors.
It is indeed, but I was going to say this is what happens whenever you do start on the mediums, because the guys that are on the mediums always have to move out of the way for the ones that are on basically the fresher tires, and it kind of ruins your race as well, to be fair, because you're not really optimizing the strategy unless you're a long way ahead. But in this case for Joe, like, it's not really working in his favour. Like, maybe it is for Kevin because like he's no yards in front of him and doesn't have to get out of the way because Scuba's 2.5 seconds back. So I think for Joe Kobe it might have been a mistake. He maybe should have went for softs and maybe seen how he would have
gone. Kalsper! Double overtake from Wesker and Kalsper going past Chesa there on the Camel Straight. So Chesa lost 2 spots there on the long back straight. That just shows how powerful that DRS is in combination with ERS overtake. It was really, really intense. But now Team Wesker ahead of this little train, 3 seconds to Corby, who is yet to pit, and that's also net P5 for Wesker at the moment.
Indeed, Wesker's he's proven it out as raw.
Only 13 seconds behind the leader. And now has to defend from a really, really quick Kalsper, who leads the championship. And yeah, it could get spicy when we come into the second half of the season now then, in terms of the championship. Now with Scuba winning, Kalsper only getting a few points. Yeah, it's not over just yet, as we said at the beginning of the stream.
It isn't, because I believe the gap was 16 points. If Calsper finishes P6 and Scuba wins, that's 17 points Scuba in Scuba's favour, so Scuba actually will be leading by a point. And he said to me yesterday, he said to me the day before, and he says to me today that the title's pretty much over. Calsper's got it wrapped up. Well, I think he's starting to believe in himself now that he actually can win it, because it just takes one bad race, and Calsper's had a bad race this race. Not really we're seeing him make too many mistakes, and he has made a mistake by putting it in the wall. So, I don't know, Scuba and Matt will also gain a lot of points in this as well, so the two of them are definitely still in the title hunt, and at the minute the constructors is pretty much over, nobody's going to catch the two of them, so they may as well just get their head down and have a battle with each other for the title. And if either of them won the title at the end of the season, it'd be all congrats to them, because to win the title in Division 1, especially at TMC, is a very, very hard thing to do, because the drivers are that quick.
That's exactly it, and yeah, the Renault boys are absolutely running away with that. Pure dominance over the course of the season. And yeah, it continues just in the second half of it, ending the European Tour next week in Italy, I do believe. Italy is the next race, I think, yeah. And then we're going to the Asian part of the season, like Singapore and Japan. Will be very interesting to see. A little decision in advance in terms of the championship, maybe could be a crucial part of the season as well, as Scuba now catches up towards Kevin, 0.8 of a second, and Kevin is close to pit now. He stays out, maybe hoping for a safety car, if that comes out.
The odds of getting a safety car around here, though, are very, very, slim.
Oh, Corby pits now for a fresh set of softs.
But Timo, I'm just looking at the standings here as it stands. So yes, it was 16 points. The Scuba's behind Calsper. That'll put him a point ahead once he wins. Matt will also gain 18 points in Calsper, and that'll put Matt on 130. Well, actually, how much did he gain in Calsper? Calsper at the minute will actually be P5, so he'll actually only gain 8 points on Calsper. So instead of the gap being, what is it now, 32 points, it'll be 26 points. So he's just over a race win behind, and because Calsper's now P5, it means Calsper will still be leading against Scuba by a point. So it's all to play for. Matt's closing the gap, and Scuba's closing the gap, and Medium Pilot as well. Can't count him out either, but he's not closing it by too much, but he's closing it by a wee bit.
Yeah, he's not out of a question as well, so could be really interesting now. For the reminder of this season, as Dan just told us. Yeah, Corby just bid as well for a first set of softs, and he's come out on P10, and good chance on these tires to close up towards Kevin. So good points finish for Corby on the cards tonight.
There is good points from him. But one thing I was going to say, Timo, is see, TMC CR7 won the first race in Australia, and what really has he done since?
I don't know. I have to look at the performance sheet. Do you have it? Or
I have it here, but I know how he's got on. I'm just sitting saying, where's the pace gone? Like, he was basically after Australia, he was basically like leading the championship and one of the favourites for it. But like, since Australia, since Australia, his next best performance has been P3, and that was in France. Every other time he's either not turned up, DNF'd, or finished 4th, 9th and 6th. So he hasn't particularly had a fantastic season apart from his first win, which was at the start of the season, so it hasn't been a great season for him either.
No, unfortunately it didn't go the way he wanted in terms of the championship. I think he missed 3 races due to holidays, is that correct?
He missed 4 races?
4 races, maybe lost his rhythm there when he came back, and it's not really good. Yeah, good thing to have a cold start again if you haven't raced for a long time. And yeah, it didn't really come to his favor, unfortunately.
Yeah, and then I'm just looking as well, a Medium Pilot hasn't turned up for 3 races, but every race he's turned up, he's finished in the points apart from 1. It's the same with Scuba and Matt. Like, the lowest is finished is 12th and 11th. Every other time they've been inside the top 10. So it just shows you that the consistency throughout the whole course of a season will play its part.
Yeah, consistency is key to finish in the points. You really don't have to win every race. It's just all about having consistent top 5s or podiums, and not DNF, which has a massive effect on your end result in the end of the season. So that's all it. And yeah, in the end, we never know. Then the championship could be decided by one single point, which could be crucial to score as many points as possible.
It could be, but Timo, it's a shame it's not like that in Division 2. It's a shame SH has run away with.
Oh yeah, that's absolutely it. 3 wins in a row. So this man...
Actually, he's won 4 out of the last 5. And the one race that he didn't win, he didn't turn up.
Wow.
And if he had turned up that race, it probably would have been 5 out of 5. So it just goes to show you. But as we're talking about that, Kevin has pitted, and I think he's going to come in front of Kirsten Kev. He's going to be about 4 seconds behind Wesker and not too far behind Chaza. So I think CR7 actually could have a chance of maybe getting P6.
Yeah, we will have
7 laps. Sorry, to close. What is it? About 5-6 seconds.
Yeah, that's
easy.
That's absolutely possible. Also on this on this track here, 7 kilometers per lap. It's a really long lap, also to gain on these tires. So should be a good finish in the end, I think. Anyway.
Yeah, I'm just going to keep a close look at the gap. It was about 5.8 when he came out of the pits. It's now 4.8, so he's already taken a second out of the time to Chaza. So it's not going to be too long till I think CR7 is going to catch these two. He could be in striking distance by, I'd say, lap 18, maybe 19.
Yeah, it's a good shot. Then it's 5.5 to medium pilot. I think he's a little bit out of reach. Never know. But yeah, he has a clearly pace advantage on these tires, so let's see how much he can make up here in terms of positions. Yeah, Scuba and Matt at the top. Scuba 3.1 seconds ahead of his teammate. He's just managing his race, his tires, his energy going 0 at the moment. But Milan Ryan only 1.5 behind Matt, so let's see how that unfolds there in terms of P2.
Yeah, but it's just showing you here, like Scuba, he's not really pushing too much, and Matt can't really close the gap. So it's just showing you that this season, especially, Scuba's just had the wee tiny bit of an edge on Matt. Last game it was Matt had the edge on Scuba, but I think this game has suited Scuba a lot more, and he has a bit of the edge on Matt. Hopefully Matt does regroup and actually starts to actually sweat the game as Alonso has retired, but I doubt there's going to be a safety car because it'll be too late to do it. But yeah, I think the reason why Scuba's probably quicker than Matt this game is because Scuba's doing a lot more sweating than Matt. If Matt sweated, he probably would be a lot closer, but maybe he just doesn't enjoy the game. But he's still not too far behind, but 3 seconds, I don't really think he's going to close that, especially with 7 laps to go.
Yeah, I can't see that either. And then, yeah, there's a message for you. Unlucky then, Arsenal are trash. I assume they have lost the match against Manchester United.
They are actually losing. They're actually losing 1-0 team mode half time.
Oh, okay.
So, that was good. Can who sent that message in by any chance? I think I know who it was.
It was Way. Good evening, mate. Hey, it's Way. Luke is there, and everybody else. Welcome on stream in the chat. So that's the sad message this evening.
Like, I might have to kick Sway from TMC now after. So I think we're gonna have to look at a new teammate.
So saying bad things about Arsenal. Jesus Christ.
But yeah, Milan Ryan is actually closed up 4/10 on Matt that last lap, so he's only 1.1 behind. So you never know. He could. Is he in the DRS? I think he's just outside it, so once he gets it lands, Kevin just pumps in the fastest lap, and that's not going to be beat. So Milan Ryan now, this is probably going to be the closest battle, because at the minute he does look the quicker of the two drivers, although he hasn't really got much ERS left. Either does Matt, as Alonso has left the session.
Yeah, Milan is absolutely pushing. You can see that there. Oh, yeah, Matt has not much left as well in terms of the ERS.
I'll say something though, Timo. I've been very impressed with Milan Ryan since he's come into TMC. He's kept his nose clean, And he has showed he is improving race after race, because this is going to be the best drive he's done so far since he's joined. I think he's only raced 2 or 3 races, like, so like it's just showing you that once you start racing with these fast guys around you, race after race after race, you'll genuinely get quicker and quicker. So he is showing that, and you never know if he keeps like that the whole season.
Kieran Trapp is out as well. Yeah, I mean, I knew him from another German league.
Pilot's gone! Pilot's gone!
Oh, Pilot! Jesus! No!
As Kjelsberg now going into P4, that's not going to help Scuba and Matt in the championship either.
Oh, and turn 13 again, it's a 4th victim in this corner. I think he's gone on the curb and lost it completely to the left-hand wall.
He has indeed, but I don't think he's lost his front wing now. Or has he? No, I think he's still got his front wing intact, so he did very well to keep it out of the wall. But that's promoted Westcott to 6th. Westcott to 7th. Kevin to 6th, who's right behind Chazza now. And if he passes Chazza this lap, he might still have a chance of getting Kjelsberg.
Yeah, he's still on for a good P4 here, I think, yeah. 4 seconds are easy to catch on these tires. This tire advantage.
We need to watch Milan Ran as well, because he's coming up the Kemmel straight now against Matt. He's in the DRS. I think he might be too far back. 8 tenths is probably a bit too much to ask, especially with the DRS, but he will close. And it's genuinely coming down. Look, it's now 6 tenths, nearly half a second. So he's gained roughly about 3 tenths on the straight alone. And if he does this, if he keeps the same gap through this part of the track, coming into the bus stop, he'd be so much closer.
As Kevin flies past Jezza for P5 and 5 seconds we're at Kjelsberg now, which is possible to catch, I think. He's also on 14 lap old hard, so the tire advantage is massive there for Kevin. And yeah, we've just spoken about Milan Ryan. I think one of the best recruits are finally made for TMC for Division 1. And so finally I've done a good job there in terms of recruiting of new drivers.
It's a good recruit. It's a good recruit, I'll give you that. Very good recruit.
And yeah, he shows it here as he's up for P2 here. And about to split the 2 running balls on the podium, which would be really, really good to see here by the German.
Well, we can't give him the commentator's curse just yet, Timo.
Oh yeah.
He hasn't made the move. But we'll see. I think it is the closest battle apart from Afri and Chubbs, who's also close, but that's for P12 and P13. But Milan Ran, coming out of this first corner now, he needs to be at least 4 tenths behind Matt to have any chance of going down the inside. And what is it at the minute? It is 7 tenths of a second. So he needs to get a good launch off turn 1.
I think that's the move now, you know. He has good gap now to not to be too close into Radion and Eau Rouge. So he has to toe out of the corner and can close up with the DRS. Let's see. But I think it's a bit too far back in this occasion. So Matt could be safe for 1 more lap. Yes, he is. But Matt is on a big pressure. Also, big sorry to the guys at the back for no TV time at all. Let's have a quick look there to Corby, Kevin in P9 and 10. Then Paulie outside the top 10, outside the points. Captain Jobs, and as you said, yeah, close fight now for P12 between Jobs and Afri Frisch. And race was pretty much over at the start as they were involved in this big crash and demolition derby. And let's actually see if Afri Frisch can make the move on Jobs there. Just to have a quick look. He's closing, he's parking in the middle of the track, now going to the left hand side. He's going to the right and back to the racing line, making the move for P12 against Jobs into Lecombe. So good to see that as well, the racing at the back. And there's a message from Sway Dan, yeah, kick me Dan, with a kiss smiley. Oh please, no, I need my teammate if he comes back from his surgery. Please. And we have Robin in the chat. Great job in the box, guys. Thanks, man. Hope you have a good evening. So we're getting the flowers then.
Oh, Chubbs.
Oh,
he's on the wall of pool. Oh, he's broke the front wing.
Oh, poor Chubbs.
But I also believe Kirsten Kev also lost it as well. But that's allowed Joe now to close the gap to him to 1.5 seconds. But Milan Ran now is very close up a Rouge now, 4 tenths. This is as close as he's been. Matt goes to the left hand side to try and break the toe. He can't move too much. Milan Ran's out 2/10. He's going to go for the move. It's going around the outside.
It's going to be close to the braking zone. Oh, he's braking late, Matt. Oh, great defending by Matt. Right in the braking zone, and that's how you defend. That's Dan Morris defending. Great stuff.
It is indeed. I've taught him very well, Timo. Taught him well.
Good job by Dan. Learning from the master.
but I'll say something now. Matt is pushing like hell because you can see he's closing the gap to Scuba now. So this is giving Matt a kick up the backside is what he needs.
And Matt has a great helmet, I have to say for myself. Fantastic helmet there for the Renault. Really like that.
Yeah, I can't see Scuba's helmet. It mustn't be good enough.
Yeah, it's a combination of light blue and green. Not suitable to the Renault, but really creative as well. We have...
We're doing an out green. We're doing a green. Looking at the helmets now.
Yeah, if nothing's going on, because that's what Graham's saying in the chat. This race is yawn, but not the commentary. So the commentary is good, but the race, yeah, as you can see, the gaps, it's not the most exciting in the world.
Oh, Milan Ram, that's a definite corner. I was on board with that.
5 seconds instantly, and I've noticed it for myself as well. And that's it.
Yeah, I think Matt's going to be told this in the party, and probably in the party, because a couple of them lads are in with him. So Milan Ran, he's going to know that Milan Ran has a penalty, and I don't really think he'll fight it now that he knows he does have one, because there's only really one lap left. But we'll see now anyway, because it'd be good just to see an overtake, but Milan Ran's a lot closer this time. Jesus, he's a lot closer this time. There we go. Going again for part number 2. Matt's probably going to hang him out to dry again, or can he? Oh no, he doesn't, he just tries to break late, but Milan Ran broke it a lot later, but he's right here saying, Matt, that's a good move from Matt. Well, good defensive drive, good move.
Hang around, right around the outside for the second part of the combo, medium pilot and Wesker. Medium pilot gets past for P7. Yeah, I've noticed as well.
I'm very impressed. Very impressed with Milan Ran this evening.
Indeed, great job, and also he's safe to Kasper as well. And what I wanted to say, I've noticed in the first part of that bus stop chicane, if you cut that too much, it's an instant 5-second or even 10-second time penalty, which just shows the inconsistency of this game when it comes to the penalty system. Yeah, it's just bad. Maybe we see a report by Milan Ryan for this. I'm not entirely sure, but I noticed that yesterday in Grand Prix mode, if you extend that just a bit or cut a bit, it's an instant penalty, which is a big joke.
Yeah, it is a big joke, but Timo, I don't really think we're going to have too much struggle for driver of the day this evening.
I don't think so. Scuba hasn't put a foot wrong.
But Milan ran as well from P15 to P3, and it could be P2 if he gets very closer. But if you not noticed, Scuba's slowing down a bit. Is Scuba trying to give Matt a bit of a toe to try and help him defend here? I think he is.
I think he is, indeed, yeah. Wesker with another 3-second time penalty. Yeah, I really didn't check the position changes, as you said. Yeah, 12 positions gained from P15, and now up for second place. I think you are right, if you ask me. But just Scuba, yeah, good shot as well. He did what he had to do.
But at the end of the day as well, Timo, last week, Scuba done a fantastic drive and we gave Kasper driver of the day, so I think Scuba's done a good drive of the day. I think we should give him driver of the day just to repay the favour, you know.
Yeah, I think,
you
know what you mean.
But we'll see. I think this is probably going to be the finish position unless Matt makes a severe mistake, but I highly doubt it. Scuba's running no ERS and pretty much, no, sorry, that's Matt actually getting the wrong car. But they're pretty much running out of fuel now, but Scuba's got a lot of ERS left, so I don't really think he's going to have too much to worry about. But we're going to see now Milan Ran's a lot closer. He needs a fantastic run up the bus stop. If he's close enough, he needs to go for it. But it doesn't really matter anyway, because he's going to finish third anyway.
Yeah, Chubbs takes the fastest lap away from Kevin at this stage.
Here we go. Milan Ran's close. I don't think he's going to be close enough to put it in. The bus stop, he isn't, so Scuba looks like he's going to be unfazed. Sorry, Matt's going to be unfazed, but Scuba's going to cross the line to win the Belgian Grand Prix once again. Matt finished his second, and Milan ran, finished his third, 5-second unserved penalty. That might knock him down to P4 maybe, because he has a penalty.
It isn't. It doesn't.
Kevin
fourth. Good drive in the end by Kevin.
Kelsper fifth. That's going to help in the driver stand. Scuba and Matt anyway. Mina Pilot finished at 6th. Chaz at 7th. Wesker's going to come across in 8th. Good result from Wesker. Kev's going to get 9th. Joe Corby starting from last actually gets a point. So good job for Joe. And then Paddy, Offrey and Captain Chubbs were part of the Perpetuum incident at the start. Quite unfortunate what happened to them, because I think they might have been on for actually a decent result. But at the end of the day, all credit to them for actually staying on and racing. But that's pretty much it.
Big respect to these guys for actually going on into this race. Medium Pilot now finishing P6 is a bit on the back foot now and not really gaining or even losing points to Scuba and Karlsberg. But let's see, many races still to go, and he can still make it if he can have good results now in Italy, Singapore, Japan, as Afri gets the fastest lap in the final lap here. No extra point for the guys as Captain Chops comes over the line in P13, and yeah, that's the race. Done and dusted. Not the most spectacular one, exciting.
Yeah, not the most spectacular after what happened at the start. Will be definitely looked up by the stewards, I can tell you that now. Because I do believe there's going to be a lot of people reporting it, so we will see. But once again, congratulations to the guys on the podium. But yeah, it looks like we know who our driver of the day is going to be.
After the 5-second penalty, 8 seconds of penalties, could be a BS penalty as well, you never know. But he has made a great job, Milan Ryan. I suggest you another one, but you decide like last week. So in terms of the performance, it can be Milan Ryan, Kevin as well from P12. So a few good drives at the front, but Scuba just didn't put a foot wrong, got the points, got the championship lead. So yeah, I'm going with Scuba as well. Yeah,
well, that now after Kelsper finishing 5th and Scuba 1st, that's put him a point behind now in the championship. So it's going to get a lot more intense now coming into Monza and the future races. So we will see. Kelsper says all his good tracks are out of the way. So could this be the Scuba stomping ground now? And could Matt get himself back in it and maybe get themselves on for a wee championship battle? But you never know.
Yeah. This race could have just been a turnaround of this season, not like in Division 2 where everything seems to be decided. But yeah, speaking of Division 2, that's tomorrow with Graham Chappell. Tune in for that. I hope that it can be a good race, so we hope. We don't hope for carnage, we don't need that in our race then. So what are your aims anyway for tomorrow?
Not the Benetton Rouge.
Oh yeah, same like me, just to finish. Getting a little wee P14 would be a good result.
Timo, I'm not even joking you. Hey, I don't even think I've done a practice on Belgium since last Wednesday. So, yep, and I'm not going to do any until tomorrow, so I'm going to be very rusty. But my main approach now this rest of the season is just going to be turn up for the race, not do too much practice. Every time I do too much practice, I always do bad. So just turn up, see what happens, and hopefully, fingers crossed, it's okay. I've been very good in it in the past, so let's hope. But SH and Venom will still be no mean feat. Merck's away on holidays, so that's one quick person to get out of the way. Yarham's still there, Bert's still there, Weiberg's still there. They're all still there. Yourself's still there. They're all still there. But yeah, I'm hoping not to Benetton Rouge, and if I don't Benetton Rouge, I'm expecting at least a P6 or P5. Same as last week.
I just hope to get some points. P9, P10 would be good. Also not been it in qualifying. Maybe a bit of rain can help me. Let's see what happens. Graham Chappell will talk you through all the action tomorrow night. Division 3 on Friday should be a real cracker as well. And Dan, yeah, thank you again for joining me. It was a big pleasure and hope you enjoyed it.
I did it. Well, I enjoyed the commentary. Didn't really enjoy the race too much.
Yeah, that's it.
Pretty spread out, but But Timo, at the end of the day, if you didn't have a fellow person here to help you commentate it in a very boring race,
Oh yeah,
at least you could
I have to agree 100%. Would be an absolute yawn, like Sway said in the chat. The comments were yawn, but can't blame him for that. Was not the most exciting race. Hope it's better tonight, tomorrow night. And yeah, that wraps it up for Division 1. Thank you for watching, and we see you tomorrow night for Division 2. So see you then. Until next time, keep it safe, keep racing.